Hey guys, welcome to week 5 of the NFL. Before I start, like, subscribe, comment on the video. Thursday night, putting up a video earlier this week, which means I will be betting the Thursday night game tonight, which starts in about an hour. So I'm going to try to get through this video as soon as possible here, and then good luck the rest of the week, because I probably won't do another video this week unless I put up some another game that I like on like Saturday. I might put up another video, but as of right now, this is the only video I'm planning on doing. 3 picks this week, just 3. I've been doing 4 every week, just 3 this week, keeping it really simple. The lines are pretty short in all these games. They're all going to be a field goal or less. So I know the last, pretty much the first 4 weeks there's always 1, if not 2 games that I pick that are probably going against what a lot of people would think, or going against the public, I guess, and it's worked out pretty well. But I just want to keep this one simple this week, and hopefully these teams can come through. So first game, it is the Thursday night game, Rams at Seahawks. Rams are a 2.5-point favorite, and I'm going to keep this one simple, picking the Rams minus 2.5. I bet on the Rams 3 times this year. Now this is the 3rd time. I'm 2-0. And I bet against them the other 2 times. I picked Arizona against them last week, and I picked Indy against them a couple weeks ago, and the Colts did cover that. But I'm on them this week. Listen, Seattle, it's never fun going against Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson on primetime at home, especially Thursday night. Thursday games in general are pretty crazy. You don't get the best of both teams on a short week. And Seattle is just every single time they play primetime in Seattle, especially on a Thursday, it's just nuts. It's just never a normal football game. Something crazy always happens. So, if you're on the Seahawks, I think you're probably banking on that situation. But all that aside, if I'm just looking at these 2 teams, the Rams are a much better defensive team. They're a much better offensive team. The one position that the Seahawks have had an advantage against the Rams for the last handful of years is quarterback. But getting Stafford now, that really does close the gap a little bit. The Rams are just loaded, top to bottom, better coached. Everything just points the Rams' way. Vegas is probably in a tough situation to price this game. It's only 2.5. Realistically, I think the Rams should be like a 3.5, 4-point favorite. But it's hard to make the Seahawks more than a field goal dog at home, especially going off of last week, Seattle winning, the Rams losing. It's really hard to price, this game for sure. I'm sure a lot of people will be on the Rams, and Vegas is going to need Seattle tonight. But I'm taking the Rams minus 2.5. They're too good. I was against them last week against Arizona, and I think situationally this is a big spot for them. They don't want to lose 2 division games in 4 days. I think they get it done tonight. Little revenge factor, I guess, because the Seahawks did lose at home against the Rams last year in the playoffs, but that was with Goff and a broken thumb, and without Cooper. I don't think Cooper Kupp was in that game. This Rams team is much better than that game, and the Seahawks are, I don't think, as good of it, probably slightly worse than they were in that playoff game. Give me the Rams minus 2.5. Second game, Denver at Pittsburgh. Going right back to the well with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're a 1.5-point favorite. I'm taking Pittsburgh minus 1.5. I was on them last week as a pretty big dog against Green Bay, and they came up a little bit short. But I'm going to be on them this week. Denver, this is the 3rd week in a row I'm betting in a Denver game. I'm 0-2. I was against them a couple of weeks ago against the Jets when they were 11-point favorites. I was on them last week against Baltimore, and they lost. If I get them wrong again this week, I might be off Broncos games the rest of the way. I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater's playing. I don't think he's been practicing. He's in concussion protocol still. If he doesn't play, I think Denver's in big trouble. If he does play, should be a pretty close game. But I think Pittsburgh, listen, they have to win this game. They've lost 3 in a row, and they're 0-2 at home. I think they get this done, win the football game. Give me Pittsburgh minus 1.5. Last game, New Orleans at Washington. New Orleans is a 2-point favorite. New Orleans has been up and down all season. They've blown out some teams. They've lost some surprising games. They lost to the Giants last week. They've been up Jekyll and Hyde for sure this season. Washington, they're a 2-2 football team. Haven't looked all that great. Defensively, this is what their team is built around. And Washington on defense hasn't looked all that good this year. They've given up 29 points to the Giants. They gave up 30 to Atlanta. They've given up over 40 to Buffalo. You know, they just given up a lot of points. And so, you know, New Orleans offense, they're a different team now. They used to be a high-flying offense with Drew Brees. They're not that anymore. They're more of a defensive team. Sean Payton's not going to let Winston lose the game for the Saints. So I think this is a defensive game. I think the Saints' defense, which is a bit underrated, is better than Washington's at this point. So I think Washington's going to have a hard time scoring points in this game. New Orleans' defense is going to come up big, and I think New Orleans' offense does enough in this game to get the win in Washington. So give me the Saints -2. So again, guys, a recap. Rams tonight -2.5, Pittsburgh -1.5, and I'm going with New Orleans -2. Good luck, guys, and again, subscribe, like, comment on the video.